Hannah Sachs, and I'm the director of Time Stands Still by Donald Margulies, and this is the first studio production for Smith College.
There are some people in your life who you not only love, but you admire, who lead exemplary, if not always supportable lives. To Sarah and Jamie.
Sarah is a photojournalist who returns from the Iraq War following a roadside bomb and quite serious injuries. And her partner James is also a journalist, and he suffers a breakdown and has to return home as well. So this is a story about how they reevaluate their relationships and sort of make their life back together following such a traumatic event. And sort of how they adjust along with their friends, Richard and Mandy as well.
The same people who are killing each other have always been killing each other, and terrible things are always going to happen.
You can do something, for Christ's sake.
Okay.
You don't just stand there with your hands up and say, "Oh, dear."
Even though it is a play that has to do with war and politics, it really is a play about relationships. I want theater to be entertaining, but I also just love plays that have some sort of clear social relevance. And to me, though this was a story that was beautiful and relatable, it also was a play that asked a lot of really good questions I didn't feel like were being asked. And it did so in a way that wasn't preachy.
They sit in these seats weeping at the injustice and stand at the end shouting, "Bravo!" congratulating themselves for enduring such a grueling experience, and then go home feeling like they've done something, when in fact, all they've done is assuage their own liberal guilt.
It really is a play that asks questions without providing answers. And I find that really powerful because the audience is left without one clear viewpoint in their head, but rather a lot of many viewpoints that they can consider. And it really shows how theater can evoke empathy and allow audiences to imagine themselves in situations that they wouldn't normally exist in their daily lives.
I was sitting...
In the past, we've had main stage performances and we've had student theater. And main stage performances are really like amazing shows, very big, very highly produced. And that can be a lot for a director who's just starting out. On the other hand, we have great opportunities in student theater, but those don't really have much direct faculty support at all. And that in and of itself can be a challenge if you've never really directed before, to kind of go into it blind without that clear support network. A studio production is something that bridges that gap. It allows young directors who maybe haven't directed a full-length production before to gain a lot of valuable experience by directing a full-length play with department support. It's an official theater department performance. But it's done at a smaller scale here in the TV studio, and it really just allows us to focus on those director-actor relationships and really build our own directing skills and our ability to work collaboratively with designers and stage managers and things like that. And all along the way have a lot of advice and mentorship from the faculty and a lot of support from the department in that process. The fact that we have a smaller space makes us really have a lot of specificity in what we choose to do on stage and the way that we portray those relationships. So I think that as a director, it's been something that has forced me to grow in a particular way. And I think as our actors, it's a challenge that has allowed them to really flourish. I guess I was thinking, what would I want to come see? And this is a play that I would really want to come see here at Smith, and so I hope a lot of other people will as well. If you really care about the material, that's going to allow you to create a much stronger work that will then be really appealing to the campus as a whole.